to Alpha. You are a scamming piece of shit. And we will be blocking you immediately, so you have the option to leave the stream right now, or you can stick around and I'll just block you. Stop being such a horrible, disgusting person. Good morning, everybody. How are we all today? So, Hayley, you're up first, my darling. Ooh, I'm just going to move some of this stuff around. So, yeah, this is my cat, Maya, down here. So she's joining us on the stream at the moment. So pretty stoked about her. Let me just get a look at her camera. Let's flip her around so she's in the right direction. There we go. That's the way she's actually sitting. Hi, Hayley. How are you, doll? Yeah, something to do with love. When I was shuffling, I did some tuning in before I started. And I'm going to have to just come out with this one. Hi, Emily. How are you? Yes, doll, they are free readings. So, I'm going to copy this for you. Hayley, this one's for you, darling, okay? When it comes to you, one of the things I got tuned into, one of the things I got tuned in with you, darling, is that you've been misled when it comes to the ideas of love. It feels like there's some kind of activity around you. It's kind of like you wear your heart on your sleeve, and there's just too much drama going on. You're just trying to help too many people for all of the wrong reasons, and that's why you've attracted these false messiahs of love as such. So when it comes to you, it's about upping your standards, darling. Okay, we want to balance, and I've just thrown a link into the comments there as well about the 5 love languages. And when it comes to the 5 love languages, really please take the time to learn what your love language is, and you'll soon learn why it is that you've attracted these certain people and why hope has been given up, because some of the love languages attracted the wrong love language. So for me personally, I always thought I was, I always thought I was in a really good relationship, and it was one of those things. Where I kept just getting all these drongos. Like, I'm from Australia, by the way. I just kept getting all these drongos, like all these people that, just wanted me to be their mum as such. And when I learnt what my love language is, I learnt my love language is one of the hardest love languages. My love language is acts of service. So you do for me, I do for you sort of thing. But the complete opposite of acts of service is words of affirmation. So anybody that's doing the whole I love you, you're a great person in the world, all this sort of stuff, it doesn't resonate with me. It makes me feel really weird and really uncomfortable. So I was actually attracting these people that wanted words of affirmation, but I was acts of service, and I didn't know how to cope with that. So now I'm with a partner who is trilingual. So his gifts, acts of service, his gifts, words of affirmation, and quality time. So hi Crystal, how you going, beautiful? So now that I'm with this partner, and now that I've learnt what he's like, then that way I can do with my cat lady here, that way I can learn about my love language and how to monetize love a little bit better, so it's not given away so freely for people to abuse, okay? So let's find out what's going on for you when it comes to the area of love. I'm just going to fix up my hat a bit. I'm looking a bit crooked there. Oh, Crystal, I've got a new t-shirt. Check it out. It's got a cat on it. It says, how amusing. How cool is that? How cool is that? So Hayley, let's find out some information for you. Oh, Hayley, there's already love in your energy realms. Hayley, there's already love there. There's already somebody in the realm, and they've already been trying to woo you as such. But the thing is, you've been too distracted with your own demons, and it's time for you to face that devil that you know so well. by this spread, as we can see, we have this person here in the Six of Cups, and they're being very generous. However, there's a toxic external environment that's going on, and it's polluting your feminine side. So it's really polluting that feminine side to you, where you become the vulnerable person that accepts and says hello and thank you and all that sort of stuff. And that's because the devil that you know inside of you is becoming too overwhelming. So this loss of hope that you've got, it needs to be, you need to reignite that fire, okay? Because without reigniting that fire, you're going to just self-destruct again. So there's actually already somebody in the realms, and that realm is really, really close to you. So this entity, and this entity is also a very masculine entity. This entity is very giving and very nurturing, but you may see them as more feminine, but it's because you're so far into the masculine, because you've been hurt so much, that it's time for you to drop back and just relax a little, okay? So when it comes to you, Hayley, this hope needs to be revived. You need to fuel this hope and kill off that devil that you know as such. Learn to trust again. Judge them for the person that they are rather than the ex that they're not. And it's time for you to break free from this, because once you break free from it, that's when you'll start to reap this abundance, and you can start focusing on that hope and that love. So it's actually already in your realm. It's already there, but you've hidden it away in Pandora's box so far and so deep within yourself that you've gotten to that stage where you don't even know that it's there anymore. So Hayley, it's very interesting. Thank you so much. It's nice to know I may already know them. Yes, you already know them. Yes, they're already in your energy areas. They already do. But you're not seeing them like that. That's the problem here. And it's because it's time for you to face your own devil. It's time for you to step out of that old self that you depended on for so long and go in a completely different direction. And here's the main rule for change, okay, darling? If you want change in life, do the complete opposite of what you've always done, especially when it comes to love. So learn what your love language is and how it is that it resonates, because love is about the other person. It's not about us. It's never been about us. It's about making sure that other person's love tank is full, and then hopefully they will reciprocate to fill up ours as well. Okay, so tap on that link. I'm not an affiliate for the 5 love languages, but please tap on that link, have a read about your love language, and, start to discover your love language and how it is that you fuel up, okay? Reignite that hope that's deep within inside you. So who do we have next? I'm going to try and go through as best as I can. My chat gets a bit full after a while, so Emily, what are SK future actions towards me? We're in no contact. Oh, you've been to Australia, have you, Emily? What did you think of it whilst you were here? Australia is very, very different. It's very, very different. So let's find out what's going on with SK for you. No worries, Hayley. Go and have an amazing day, please. Learn your love language, darling. Oh, you went to Sydney, Emily. Yeah, Hayley, please learn your love language. It saved my life, honestly. I was in an abusive relationship, like physically abusive, and now I'm in a relationship because I understand my love language now. Now I'm in a relationship that I've never had an argument with my partner, and it's been 7 years. It's just amazing. It's so wonderful to wake up every day just knowing how great that person is. So yeah. Emily, you went to Sydney. Did you get to see the Sydney Opera House and the rocks and stuff? It's beautiful there, very beautiful. So let's find out what's going on with you, Emily. Emily, it's time to dust off, okay? It's time to have a little bit of a cleanse, like a cleanse of your wardrobe or something. So, oh, the rocks is just gorgeous. I didn't get to Bondi Beach when I was there, but yeah, the Opera House and the rocks. I did get to go and see a show inside the Opera House, and oh my gosh, I cried. It was just gorgeous, the amount of sound. So Emily, some advice for you. It's time to dust out, okay? It's kind of like, I feel like I need to have a spring clean. Like my skin is suddenly like I need to wipe it and just dust it and have a bit of a cleanse as such. So it's time for you to get into that cupboard and have a spring clean. Get rid of all those clothes that you don't wear, take off all the ornaments from the cupboards and dust all the shelves. It's time for you. Yeah, it's time for you to have a spring clean, Dal. I just feel like dusty is what I call it when I get this sensation. So it just feels a little bit dusty around you at the moment. So there's a new Emily coming in, and she wants a fresh start. Okay, so let's find out what's going on with SK. Alright, I'm going to give you the shorts and curlies of it, Emily, okay? Stop being stupid over it. That's how Australians just do it, okay? You've been the fool when it comes to this. You've been just sort of floating along, doing your thing, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is that there's been actually quite a lot of hurt directed towards you. And you may not have realized that this is not a narcissism as in a plan to hurt anyone, but this is a tendency of hurt and control. So kind of like a manipulation that's been going on, where they go away and they come back, or they'll contact you when they want to. So I'm getting some bright lights coming through. It's kind of like you're being blinded by this whole situation, but on the other side of the bright light is a deer being hit by a car, love, and you're the deer. So please move out of the way of the light. This person that's floating along in your realm is actually very judgmental, and it's kind of just, imagine yourself like an oak tree, okay? And they're just picking away at you a little bit at a time, like a termite. And as much as they're a good person inside, they're taking more from you than what you can give in the long term, because it is going to hurt you, okay? So yeah, these are my steampunk cards, Crystal. Love steampunk. So yeah, so Emily, when it comes to you, as much as this person may be in and out of your future, they're going to slowly eat away at you, darling. And sometimes some people are just better off being kept as arm's length, or as friends as such, or even friends with benefits, like come and go as you please, do what you need to. But you've got 3 major arcana cards coming out here, all in line of a story. So this person has been picking away at you very in a kind of like judgmental way, love. So it's time for you to up your standards a bit and test the waters, experiment. Don't be afraid to kind of just, push back just a little bit and just see if they will comply to your standards. Because at the end of the day, if you have an article of clothing in your wardrobe that no longer fits you, you're not going to wear it nor feel comfortable in it. So it's time to pass it on. Or you could put in the effort to change so that you can fit into the item. The choice is always yours, love. But when it comes down to this particular person, they're picking away at you, okay? And major arcanas are non-negotiable, darling, okay? If you don't learn the lesson now, you'll learn the lesson later on, okay? Yeah, Crystal, honestly, they're vampires. And the worst part is they're also manipulative as well. So they come across as really lovely people, but they're just not right for us. That's what it's coming down to. So yeah, it's when it comes to this person, yes, they are in your future, Emily, but yeah, keep the contact at no contact. It's not worth it, love. It's not worth it. So Crystal, let's talk about you, darling. Let's talk about you. How is Daisy today? I saw your photos on Facebook the other day. She's such a cute bobbin. Hey, does anybody, this is Maya. This is my cat Maya down in the corner here. She's been joining us for the streaming, so she's a cutie. So this is Maya. This is my partner's cat, and if Maya was a person, we probably wouldn't be friends because she's neurotic. She is neurotic. So Crystal, let's find out some information for you, love. Girl power, may I ask a question? Do you see me having my baby soon? I'm due this month. Oh, let's have a look for it. Let's have a look for it. So Crystal, Daisy's meowing at you, is she? managed to catch those pretend turkeys that she keeps watching. Oh, well, the turkeys are real, but she's pretending that she's catching them. Oh, Crystal, we have some major arcanas coming out for you. Wow, 3 major arcanas again. Crystal, you've had this message before, love. You've had this message before. Now, this message is all about giving death to an old self and becoming the empress that you are and changing your world. That's what this is all about. You've been holding on to this old self, and this has come out before with you. I know this one. This has come out before with you. So this death, this old self that she really needs to go. This has come out before, and it's time for change. So if you find that for some reason I get this feeling with you that there's probably a little bit of a low self-esteem coming out as such, and this is not a bad thing, okay? It's just something that really needs amending for you in order to help you out in the better esteem of things. So when it comes to you in particular, it's time to break free of that, okay? To tap into those other people, those other groups that you're into, and start changing into the empress that you are, because your world is going to change tenfold. It's going to just explode into this whole soiree of so much better. So get out of your flat, join a group, do whatever you can, talk to people, and let go of that old Crystal, because she's not serving you anymore. Once upon a time she did, but she's not serving you anymore. And at the end of the day, this part of you, this empress part of you that desires that change, that is a little bit shy as such, she's going to come out. She's going to come out, and if you don't allow her to come out and express herself freely, then she'll do it in a destructive way. And that destructive way usually comes down to overeating or picking up an addiction of some sort that, you know, doesn't serve you very well, depression, anxiety, all those sorts of things. Because our emotions, if we don't nurture them, then they'll destroy us. So yeah, it's time for you to break free of that old self, doll. Break free of that old self. So girl power, you're having a baby. You are having a baby. Please like and subscribe to the page, darlings. The more you do, or give me love hearts if you're on Facebook, because the more you do, then I'll keep doing this, okay? So girl power, you're having a baby. Oh, there's not many days left in the month either, is there? It's only like 2 weeks left. Yeah, honestly, Crystal, 2020 has definitely been a trapped year. It'll be interesting where you are, whether... Oh, excuse me. Oh, girl power, you are exhausted, love. You are knackered. You are so tired. Yes, I agree, Crystal, absolutely. 2020 has been very much an entrapment of a year, and it'll be interesting to see how you guys go with the voting. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. So girl power, you're tired, honey. You are so tired. Girl power, do you know the sex of your baby yet? You don't have to tell me the sex, okay? I already know. A little bambino. Hi Samantha, how are you, beautiful? Ooh, we've got some interesting stuff going on here. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. So I have someone that I talk to. I call her Amanda, and she's giggling at me. Girl power. The reason why baby hasn't come yet, why this beautiful little bambino hasn't come into the world yet, is because you're too tired to enjoy the moment. That's why. They're just holding on. They want you to rest. So please take some rest. We have the 5 of Wands coming out, and the 5 of Wands talks about how everybody's basically going around, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And you've gotten sucked into that as well, okay? So you've gotten sucked into this realm of comparison as such. So take some time out. what I want you to do, Dal, is if you want this baby to come very, very soon, because it talks about, as we have here, we have a single entity that has got control of their wand, and you're going to receive a great reward very, very soon. But if you want it sooner rather than later, it's time for you to rest, okay? Now, when it comes to rest, I'm not talking about going to bed and sleeping and all that sort of stuff. When it comes to rest, I'm talking about you resting in a way where you recharge. Now, resting when recharging comes different for everybody. So for me personally, you know, I enjoy going and getting a foot massage, or I love being in the quiet as such. I can sit for hours and hours and not talk to anybody and just recharge fully from that. When my partner, when he wants to recharge, he'll go out and he'll socialize and he'll talk to people. So girl power, when it comes to you, it's time for you to recharge in a way that you recharge. Because baby will come then. You're too exhausted at the moment to enjoy the moment, and little Bambino wants you to enjoy this moment. It wants you to have a really, really good time in your life and not be so exhausted that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's over. Because you've been just bombarded by all these people, do this, do that, do something else, blah, 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 blah. It's time for you to find out how it is that you do this, because once you do, that's when you're going to receive this beautiful gift in life. You're going to, you know, receive this Ace of Pentacles as such, this most purest form. So girl power, it's time for you to recharge the way you do it, love. Okay, whether you go and get a book and you do some reading, whether you do some meditation, whether you go for that walk, even though you've been told to stay off your feet, you have to recharge in a way that you do it. That's what's going on here. Bambino doesn't want to come just yet because you're too tired to enjoy the beautiful creation of this life. So recharge, because as soon as you do, trust me, they're coming right along. They'll be right there. Hi Mandy, how are you, darling? I've got my chat working on the other screen now, and I never used to have that working, so I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this. So yeah, ask questions, darling. Ask questions. I don't mind. So we have Samantha. Yes, absolutely, Samantha. Let's have a look at what's going on for you. Say hi to my cat Maya. I call her Lady May. She's a bit fancy. I've also got a stray cat here at the moment that I've been trying to adopt. He basically just comes in, eats and leaves at the moment, so yeah. Samantha, is this collective? I'm not sure what that means, darling. Not sure what that means. Hi Joe, how are you, darling? From YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel. The more people do, the more I will do this. You're doing good? Wonderful, wonderful. So let's do a reading for you, Samantha. Samantha Ariel? I don't want to say it. It's like it's Ariel instead. Oh, I need some water. Samantha, you need some water. Samantha, you need some water, love. Drink. Sharon will have a look for you in just a moment, love, so please stick around. So Samantha, you'd like a general reading. Hi Nicole. How are you, darling? Give me some love hearts, guys. I don't know where my music went. It's just decided to vacate the room. No worries, well, whatever, each to their own, I suppose. So Samantha, let's find out what's going on with you, darling. Oh, interesting. Samantha, you just left a situation in your life and you're done with it. You're done with it. What's been going on, honey? Like, this is a very, very big call for you, and it's all about you finding your independence. It's all about you growing into a new version of yourself, because you had to. It's as simple as that. It was about you collecting up your resources and walking away from once was as such. And you didn't come off scot-free either. You lost some of this battle as well. And don't worry about those things that you lost. As we can see from the Seven of Swords here, what we have is this entity here, And this entity here has gotten away, like has actually moved on with more value than what they realize. And it may not have been materialistic stuff, but you still got away with more than you know, that other stuff. Okay, so when it comes to you, it was time to walk away. You just had to do it. It was one of those things. And now it's time for you. Yeah, you're letting go of the past. Yeah, yep, it is time to let go. The thing is, when it comes to letting go, one of the best things to do is to write down what it is that's bothering us inside our mind, because we can't conquer the mind inside here. We can't conquer it inside the mind. We actually need to write it down and get it out of the mind, and then work out what it was doing for us rather than to us. So, you know, many of us have lost battles, but we've never lost the war. That's just it. And for you, it's about coming into this new sense of self. It's about finding these new standards that you have, this new sense of pride. That's what's going on here. Yeah, it is painful, absolutely. It is so much, when it comes to our emotions, it is so much easier to hold on to the grief and the loss. It really is, because it's the only connection that we had. And we get to these phases where we start to believe that this is all that there ever was. But the thing is, when it comes to love and nurturing and all that sort of stuff, it's about learning to pass it on to the next, okay? That's what it is. Thank you, Samantha. It's about learning to pass it on, and you're tuning into you're trying to find these standards, okay? So start to find these standards for yourself, because it's only when you have the standards that you can trust yourself. Now, as we can see from this card here, as you can see, we have a falcon, okay? And we have a woman who is very, very, very trusting of the falcon. But as you can see, now have a look a little bit deeper into this, okay? She has standards, and so does the falcon. But there is always a protective shield between her and the falcon, and she knows what the falcon's limitations are, and the falcon knows what her limitations are. So when it comes to you, helping you to let go, it's time for you to learn where those limits are. Because some people deserve to be let in fully and 100%, and other people, as much as we want to, they don't need it. They're basically just going to peck at you, okay? So when it comes to you, it's time for you to learn these standards about yourself. And only once you learn the standards about yourself can you go through the gates of value and worth. Because as we can see, the gate is shut off here, but you're learning to trust again so that you can walk through the gates and you can reap the rewards of the pentacles. Now, when it comes to that, we also have the death card coming up again. Oh, I'm a bit unco with my camera today. We also have the death card coming up, okay? Let go of that old self. It is time to walk away. Lay down, place your hands on your soul, and just imagine yourself walking away from it, just letting it go. Appreciate all of the wonderful good parts that it taught you, and let go of the rest. Because that's when you will come into this. That's when you and the falcon will come one. Because one is grounded, one can fly. But when they work together, the world is at their feet, okay? So it is time for you to really let go of that past. It was tough. It was really hard. And it was something that affected your visual perception of the world. It really changed you. So it's time for you to up your standards, okay? Up those standards. But also, remember to keep that barrier of respect. The falcon doesn't understand that its claws will cut you, but you do. And this is where we can no longer allow ignorance or naivety into our thoughts, okay? Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. So I will throw a thingy into the chat. A thingy. A who's or what's it. If anybody would like a reading with me, please just tap on the links and have a scroll around my site. I don't mind. Like and subscribe to the page, you know, blah, blah, blah. All that sort of stuff. Okay, so who else have we got? I did see another one here. Sharon, that's right. Am I going to get back with my ex or stay with the new guy? Let's find out. And then we have Nicole. Nicole, stick around. We will get to you, my darling, okay? Nicole Lachey. Lachey, I've heard that name before, Lachey. So Sharon, let's have a look-see for yousies. Oh, Nicole, you want a love reading? I love doing love readings. Loved. I've actually got a specific deck for love readings when I do like the full spread. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so Sharon, let's find out. All right, Sharon. Do you really want your ex back? Like, seriously, logically, you don't. Okay, I'm getting it's kind of like a deafness in my right ear. And when it comes down to life, we have two choices. We can do something emotionally or we can do something logically. And when we do something emotionally, that's usually when we make dumb choices. And as I'm shuffling these cards and I was thinking about, is Sharon going to get back with her ex? Immediately, I felt like my right ear was kind of like not listening, like, no, I'm not really listening. I'm tuning out right now. And that's when I have to ask the question, do you really want to get back with your ex? Like logically, not emotionally. Remove that emotional side. But logically, do you really want to get back with the ex? That's what we're thinking about here. Because I think deep down, you know yourself that you're done. What about the new guy? The new guy offers some emotional stuff. They really do. But it's just not enough. Yeah, I don't think it would work out either, Sharon, love. I really don't. I really don't. And Sharon, as soon as I tap into the new guy, like I think the new guy, my left eye, so the left side of the brain is the emotional side. So the left eye, there's something that you're not quite seeing when it comes to the emotional side of this person. And it's one of those things that as we can see, we have the Two of Wands here, and this talks about two choices and not being able to make the choice, but the choice is actually already in your hands, and it's neither of these choices. So this new guy, have a bit of fun, enjoy your life, enjoy the experimenting, but it's neither choice, okay? It's neither of them. This new person, emotionally, there's something that just doesn't quite fit with you. I don't know whether, I don't want to say it's a neediness because it's not that. There's just something that it's going to get to you eventually. So it's time for you to come down from this temple as such and go out and meet some others, because it's neither choice. It's neither the new guy nor the ex. We also have the Queen of Wands coming up here as well. And the Queen of Wands is about you learning to jump onto your horse and grasping onto that sexuality of yours. So you have this sexuality inside of you, and it's about having that standard as well. As we can see, we have this feminine figure, but she's also showing a little bit of leg. So she has this professionalism and this facade, but she also is showing that she is a sexual being as well, and that she enjoys that side of herself. So for you, it's about finding that part of yourself. You know, like put on that hat or that glove, or I don't feel like you wear any of those, but you know, put on some of those clothes that you enjoy wearing, that make you step into the Sharon that you enjoy being. It's time to get rid of the shit that you've been wearing and you've been expressing and all that sort of stuff, because you're a little bit different, darling. You're a little bit different. You don't do the whole jeans and white t-shirt thing. There's something about you that's a little bit different to everybody else, and it's time to step into that, okay? And as we can see, we have the Ace of Swords here, and the Ace of Swords is all about you learning to harbor yourself, okay? To nurture your powers within and take this sword and use it for the right stuff. So when it comes to you, we have some standards coming up, and these standards really need to be met. But when it comes to the new guy or the ex, it's neither, sweetheart. It's neither. And it's only because I get that sensation that the ex is logically, it's you know, it's not right for you, like you said. But when it comes to the new guy, there's something that you're just not quite seeing when it comes to the emotional side of this new guy, and it's going to get you. Like, it's just, you're just like, no, I can't do this. And part of you is going to feel really guilty about that. when it comes to guilt, guilt is one of those things that's trying to tell us that this is society's way of us being deal with it. This is where we become the autonomy robot, and guilt is one of those emotions that are put into us via society. And when it comes to this guilt also, guilt is just a byproduct. It only comes if we don't believe our true truth that is deep within our morals. So find that real truth, because the guilt will come in to remind you of that real moral. So once you find that real moral, that guilt will just move, okay? So it's neither, sweetheart, okay? The ex, you're done, okay? Logically, you know that you're done. Emotionally, you need some healing when it comes to that. But this new guy, have a bit of fun. Enjoy it, okay? Enjoy your body, enjoy the experiences, enjoy life. But don't give 100% and don't become fully committed, okay? Because there's going to be something about him that is not going to sit right. And when it comes out, you're going to be like, oh, dodged a bullet, okay? So just have a bit of fun, okay? Thanks, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So, Joe Firmino, darling, have you seen my question? Oh, hang on a second. Let me scroll up and I will have a look-see for you. Joe. What was the question? Hang on a second. The chat's going a bit fast for me today. Type the question again, Joe. Joe. Yes, type the question again, Joe, and I will get to it, okay? So Nicole, no, that's fine. I had a feeling it wasn't a real name, because that's why when I said it, I was like, there. No, you use any name you want, darling. This is the world of parasocial reality, so you can be anyone you want to be when you're online, okay? So Nicole, let's have a look-see for Uzies. Oh, and then we're going to do Mandy. Stick around, Mandy. Stick around, okay? So Nicole, let's... Oh, get out of there, you. Ooh. I hope it's going to be a nice day in Mount Gambier today. I really do. I don't know what the weather's going to be, but I hope it's a nice day. Oh, we have to go with it. We've got a crossover. Right. Oh, okay. Nicole, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened, dude? Like... Wow, unbelievable. You were smashed down to your lowest of low points. Jojo. Right, Joe, we'll get to you soon, okay? Joe on YouTube. Nicole, what happened, okay? You were smashed, and you were smashed to a stage where your inner child started screaming for help, and your inner child still hurt over this. So you're screaming for help, you're feeling abandoned, like you were betrayed, and I feel like kind of angry about it, but more upset that I can't believe it happened. Like, I can't believe that this has happened. And Nicole, it's time for you to reside inside yourself, okay? Use your resources around you for what they're intended for. When it comes to the Hermit coming out, the Hermit is about you going inside and reflecting on yourself. Reflect upon yourself and use your light to light your way, because you're in a dark place at the moment. And you also have a walking stick. The walking stick is intended to help guide for walking, not for damaging. See you, Crystal. So when it comes to you, Nicole, you've got this walking stick. You need to lean on some stuff at the moment. But this leaning device is a leaning device. It's not made to damage anyone. So watch the words that come out of your mouth and the tone that is expressed in the things that you're saying, okay? Because all it's going to do is hurt you more rather than the external world. So remember, words of kindness and tone that is soft will be much more effective in healing the Hermit and guiding the way than anything else. Because I understand you're hurt, I get it. The inner child inside you right now is just screaming, it's damaged, it's feeling cold and alone and abandoned, but some part of this also comes down to you. There is a sense of lack of responsibility coming through, where this responsibility came down to you. It may not have been your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal this, to move on from this, and to find what the good that you can, so that way you can move on and enjoy the rest of your life. As we can see, we had two pop-out cards come here, and one is the Fool and the other is the Chariot. And when these combos come out, it talks about how you've been basically kind of driving the car on auto when it's a manual. You've been putting the wrong fuel in. So when it comes to your body in particular, make sure you eat healthy food, okay, darling? Make sure you look after your body. Things like worries and concerns and stresses you start need to let go and start planting the seeds of gratefulness, of love, of friendship, of forgiveness, because those seeds are actually going to help heal that inner child. Okay, I'd love to do a full reading for you, Nicole, because this is big. This is a really, really big one. You got smashed, and I don't want to go into too much detail whilst we're live online here, but I'm really sorry for what happened. Okay, I'm really, really, it should never have happened, never ever have happened to you. Okay, so when it comes down for you, love, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal it. It is your responsibility to move on as such. So Nicole, when it comes to you in particular, I want to tell you a story, darling. And this story is called Corpus Delicti. And Corpus Delicti is actually a term that we use in modern day science now. And Corpus Delicti means there is no crime if there was no body. And in the police force, they use Corpus Delicti as one of those missing person cases. And inside that terminology, they're like, until the body is found, then the person is neither deemed as dead, so they're still alive. Now, when it comes to people in particular, we tend to create our own corpus delicti. And what we do is, because there's no crime of physical nature, but it's an emotional nature, we tend to make our own physical nature into the crime. So we murder parts of ourselves and turn it into other stuff, whether it's depression, anxiety, sadness, hurt, mistrust as such. So what we do is we create this corpus delicti inside of us, where we create our own murder of our own identities, and then we start acting out. We eat too much, we drink too much, we say things that we should never have said, and it's all because the inner child is hurting deep down inside so much that they're just in this screaming tantrum mode that they cannot control, and they're not calming down from it either, because they are so hurt. So in order for you to heal the corpus delicti, is a way of turning out and going, you know what? I have found my body of truth, my truth, and I accept that my body is the responsibility of healing. So therefore, my mind and my soul will follow as well. So it's time for you to start working on that healing side and let go of that corpus delicti, that part where you're murdering your own identity and basically showing people that there's something that's not okay. What happened to you is not okay. And there is no okayness about it. But deep down inside, it's time for you to start going, I am okay. I survived this. Many others wouldn't have. And I can do so much more with my life. Okay? So change yourself from a corpus delicti, okay? And stop murdering yourself and your identity, who you are inside. It's time to heal yourself and step into that new self. And the only way you can do that is by going into the hermit and having a really good discussion with yourself of how it is your responsibility to amend this. Okay, love? Because it's time for you to take control of this chariot again. You're in the driver's seat. You're driving your own life, but you can't leave it on autopilot, darling. You've got to take responsibility, love. So, Joe. Oh, actually, sorry, we have Mandy first. Mandy first and Joe. Oh, hang on. Yeah. No, we'll do Joe first and then we'll do Mandy. Mandy. Yep, because Joe got in way before Mandy. Okay, so Joe, let's have it. You want to put your butt on the screen, do you? What message do you have for Joe? All right, Joe. Maya says you have to slow down. Stop running around. Okay. Oh, and you're off again. Okay, right. So you've given your message and you're off again. Thank you, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. Mwah. She doesn't do that very often, Joe. Joe, stop rushing around. Stop rushing around. Simple as that. It's time for you to slow down. So what if shit doesn't get done? Just enjoy your life, because all of a sudden one day you'll blink and it'll be gone. So stop rushing around, love, okay? She came in, she told me to slow down, and now she's gone again. So, Joe, you've got a message from May. She doesn't do it very often, but she's telling you to slow down. Now she's giving me the frowny face. She's so cute. Nicole, thank you so much. It means a lot. Don't quit. No, don't quit. Stay in this realm, Nicole, okay? This is a beautiful place. It really is. But you know what? No matter what, every forest has a dark, squishy area called the swamp. It's okay to visit the swamp, but it's not okay to set up camp there because your tent will sink. Okay? So go and enjoy the beautiful parts of the forest. Simple as that, okay? So Joe, let's find out what's happening with you. Okay. Any messages for the end of the year? I am working hard to launch my online business. Ooh. Ah, that's where Maya comes in. She's like, slow down, slow down. Guess what? When it comes to online business, because I have one, and when it comes to online business, you can't do anything fast, my love. We want it all launched yesterday, sales tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden something will shit itself and it has to be recalibrated. So it's time to slow down, sweetheart. Time to slow down. Ooh. Aha, aha. So Joe, this business of yours is going to be highly viable. It is highly viable. As we can see, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming through here. But when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, we also have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is showing how we have all of these systems that have to be put in place in order to fuel it. And these systems all have to work properly so that it works properly, okay? Now, when these systems are working, it's also up to you to look out towards the future, because as we can see from the Nine of Wands, we have this energy here, and there's also a bandage on the head, because the head, when these systems don't work, it creates a headache. So it's up to you to also do some of that future projection and make sure all of your systems are in place and they are correct. When all the clogs are turning and all the funnels work, then that's when you will that's when this Wheel of Fortune will just work the way it's meant to. Okay, so make sure that these systems are in place first, but it is going to be a little bit of a headache. Okay, however, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you've also got to learn to go with the flow. There are things that you just cannot control. So that's what the Hangman is talking about, learning to go with the flow. There's going to be some learning as well along the way, and some really harsh lessons. And if you don't learn to go with that flow, then you're going to get hung upside down and you'll just have to go with it anyway. So it's time for you to slow down, start relaxing, because this business is viable. It absolutely is a very viable business. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. What's a cross-reference to it? Right, yep, so we have a cross-reference card as well. Aha. So when it comes to you, this business being viable is also about you learning to control your emotions around it. So as you can see, we have the Queen of Cups coming out. And the Queen of Cups is really good with her emotions until she's not. It's as simple as that. Like, there is like one extreme to the other. So it's time for you to recognize when those emotions are coming in and pull them back a little bit to learn to go with that flow. Because when you are in that Queen of Cups modes, that's when everything goes to shit. That's when things don't work properly. You get the headaches, you're feeling stressed, and it's because you're not going with that flow. Okay, so for you personally, this business is very viable. It's actually really good. However, when you're not on par with your own emotions, that's when it goes to shit, and that's when we've got to start learning to go with the flow. Some things you just got to wait and be patient with, and other things you got to give a little bit of a push and a nudge. Learn when to push the cow and when to pull the cow. I remember my grandfather saying that, actually. One day we got bogged out in the paddock, and we had this huge vehicle, and we couldn't get it out. And my grandfather came over and he goes, there are two things in life. You'll either learn how to push the cow or pull the cow, because no one can go in both directions. And it's true. Because cows can't go in both directions. You can only go one direction, but you always have two choices. So, darling, your business is very viable. It's absolutely viable, but it's coming down to your stress and your emotions as well, and you have to learn to go with the flow, okay? Going with the flow is the way to go. Okay, so Mandy, you'd like a general reading, love? Absolutely, absolutely. So please like and subscribe to the page, guys. It's a little bit hard keeping up with all this stuff that's going on. No worries, Joe. Shoot, put a link in the chat. So I want to see what this business is. I won't delete your link, I promise, because I've given you permission to do that. You'll be amazed how many times we get links on our readings and stuff, and then people are like, oh, come get a real reading off me. And it's like, stop being such a scumbag. Like, stop being a yucky human being. This is what I do to them when they do that. I'm like, boo! Get away! You're yucky! Oh, I don't know why people have to do that. Like, you know, just do your own thing. Chill out. So, Mandy, let's find out what's happening with you, love. So, lovely general reading. Mandy, I'm getting this sense of calm just wafting over me, like, meh. Like, you're kind of at that stage in your life where something like shit happens, like, meh, whatever. That's a good place to be in, you know. It's a good place to be in. Don't be in it too much, because, you know, we still need to do some stuff like our washing in our dishes. But it is a good place to be in, it really is. Alrighty, so Mandy, let's find some stuff for you. Please share the feed as well. Oh God, boo! We have a scumbag! Jerry, you're a scumbag! Boo! Scumbag Jerry, scumbag! Okay, let's ban from the stream. Boo, Jerry, boo! Ban from the page. Boo, you're a disgusting person. Jerry, you suck. Let's report you for harassment. Yucky people, yucky, go away. Ban. Report. You're yucky, go away. And delete. Yucky people, yucky, go away. It's funny how we're just talking about that and then boom, one pops up. I do apologise if anyone got a message from Jerry Monet. Monet. Alright, Mandy, let's get to you, love. Let's get to you. You ready, Lady Flo? Yes, you cutie ready. You ready? Say hi to Maya. Alright, Mandy, so let's get into you, darling. Like, there's a real meh sensation going on here. Meh. No, not that one. That one's my card today. No, that one. Ooh, yes. Oh, you're coming out again, are you? Oh, no, you're just doing your thing. Okay, yep, no worries. Mandy, we have some feminine energy. Hello, honey bun. Mandy, we have some feminine energy coming out here. And Mandy, like, that's what the meh sensation is then. Yes. So Mandy, it's time for you to tap into that feminine side of you, that girly side. And it's something that you probably struggled with a little bit, because when you're that girly girl, we become that It kind of feels like, you know, we're opening ourselves up to the victim mode as such. But, you know, if you've ever played a game of chess, the queen is the best card in a game of, the best piece in a game of chess, because the queen can go wherever she wants. So it's time for you to start embracing your feminine side, Mandy. Really embrace it. If you want to do your hair, if you want to, you know, wear your clothes, if you want to, you know, have that extra piece of cake as such, do it, okay? Because we have all these feminine energies coming out, and they're reminding you to embrace that, to nab onto that femininity of yours, because it is your power. It's where you feel that self-esteem, that resonance, that pride, that love. So it is time for you to step into that feminine side. Don't be afraid to put on that dress or to wear those boots as such. Stretch your stuff, my darling, because you've been in that responsibility mode for too long. That responsibility mode is that part of you that's constantly getting the washing done, doing the lawns, you know, doing all that stuff that you need to do. But that's not part of the feminine mode. The feminine mode likes to play and create and do some craft and be silly. So step into that feminine mode, love. You may have forgotten where that feminine mode is, but find that feminine side and start embracing it, because that's where you're going to start getting that pride from, and that's where you're going to feel that comfort with your true self, okay? Thank you, honey bun. Anything positive for can I please have a reading too? Absolutely, you sure can, honey. We'll do yours straight away. And then we have Belsamela? Belsamela? Belsamela. Hey, hey. All right, so honey bun. It's a cute name, honey bun. So please subscribe, like to the page, share, you know, blah, blah, all that sort of stuff. We all know how it goes. So, honey bun, let's find out what's going on with you. Interesting. I wondered that. I did wonder that. Yes, yes. So, honey bun, you've got a choice to make. There is something going on in your life and you have a choice to make, and you feel like you don't have the strength to do it. When I tap into your energies, I kind of feel it's like a frustrated confusion. It's like I'm confused and that makes me frustrated, and then I'm frustrated and that makes me confused. And that's not you. That's not what you are deep down inside. And that's part of that emotional side of you. It's time for you to start sorting out everything in your life. So it's time to sort out, you know, everything into its own little area. Here we have the 7 of Cups, and each cup, each emotional cup, has its own area. So of course you can always ask, darling. So when it comes to this emotional cups of yours, honey, it's time to start separating them, okay? It's kind of like when you've got these happy moments in life, you're feeling a little bit of sadness, or when there's a hurt in your life, there's a bit of frustration. It's like all these emotions are tag teaming as such, and it's because you just don't have this strength around you at the moment to sort of sort it all out. And it is time to sort it out. You do have that strength. You have an infinite amount of strength in you. It just comes down to whether you can value yourself enough to find that strength. So find the strength and start sorting out all of that stuff that's been bogging you down. Get it out on paper, sort it out, throw shit away, put it in the fuck it bucket, as some of us Aussies say. The fuck it bucket is FIB, which is a fib, and fibs are lies that we tell ourselves. So start to sort out this emotional stuff and make sure you sort it out in a way that's going to be healthy for you. Do some meditation, do some hypnosis. So I'm a hypnotherapist, and I highly recommend hypnosis to sort out these emotions, because it's just too erratic, and you have this strength inside you. Strength is infinite. It's the value, it's the worth that that harbors the strength as to whether it is infinite or not. If you find that you have value and worth, then the strength will just occur. Do you want to go out, darling? Okay, I'll open the door for you. Off you go. So yeah, so you have this strength inside you. It's infinite, but it's about finding the value or the worth to tap into the strength so that you can sort this out. It's very lonely up where you've been up on top of that tower, okay? So it is time for you to sort out all of those emotions and get them out of your head. Throw it all out on the floor and reorganize that whole filing cabinet that is in your amygdala and your hippocampus. Because once you sort it all out, that's when you can start enjoying happy moments for the happy moments they are, rather than having a bit of a, oh, that sucks for them sort of thing. So it's time to tap into that and start sorting that out. And that once you've sorted that out, that's when you can stand back and you can go, I'll have that one today. And you know exactly what you're going to go in for. So yeah. Mandy, you are amazing. I was thinking today of making time for myself. Yeah, absolutely. Make some time for yourself, my darling. Step into that feminine. So honey, when it comes to you, you have that strength, okay? You've just got to find the value and worth that goes with the strength. That's all it is. And once you sort out this whole entire emotional filing cabinet, that's when you're going to be feeling so much better, so much more power, okay? It is there, but it is up to you to get that filing cabinet out and sort it all out. Get it out of your head, start journaling it. And if it's a bad thing, write it out in red. If it's a good thing, write it out in green. And anything that's in red, work out how to change it to a green, okay? So that you can go, so that you can move on with life. So, Belsamela, I'll call you Belle, darling. Can I ask, what does Naz feelings towards me? We are both females. Oh, nothing wrong with both being females, as long as you've got a masculine and feminine energy. So, Belle, let's find out about Naz for you, my love. I need some water. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. I am going to head off soon, darlings, because I do have a fully booked day today. Woo! I do have a fully booked day today, so I will do a reading for Belle, and then we'll trundle off, okay? Thank you so much for joining in. Please, you know, do the whole like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah thing. I hate doing that stuff, but yeah. And I'll put a thing in the chat if you guys want to go to my webpage, have a look around, all that sort of stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to do. Such is life. Okay, so Belle, let's find out. Let's find out. Belle, I need to ask, there's something about Naz that irritates you. What is it? There's something about Naz that irritates you. And it's a logical thing. So it's not an emotional thing. It's not like they're too sooky or they nag at you or something like that. It's something that they actually do. And it really grinds your gears. There's something that they do and it just picks at you, it grinds you, whether they don't put their bowl on the sink or they leave their clothes on the floor. So, yeah. Sorry, Jenna, I didn't get to you today, darling. I will be back next week if you'd like to pop in. I'm just doing one for Belle at the moment, and then I do have to trundle off. Belle, there's something that Naz does that it's a physical thing, it's a logical thing that they just do it, and it annoys the crap out of you. What is it? Do they say sorry too much, or what is it? Yeah, pop in next week, Jenna. We'll be back, okay, darling? If more people like and subscribe to the page, we will consider doing it more often. So, Belle, let's find out. Right. So, Belle, when it comes to your life at the moment, I'm just going to say this, okay? When it comes to your life at the moment, it's kind of like there's not enough, I'm just going to have to say it. it's like there's not enough maturity just yet. There's not enough knowledge in a situation. So there could be feelings around, but it's kind of like this person is just playing a game as well. And games can be good, games can be fun, games can definitely turn into something that you play more often and that you dedicate to yourself to. But at the moment, there's just too much naivety towards the value, the worth, the resources of what can be offered, etc., etc., etc. And when it comes to this side of the game, so the emotional side of the game, just have some fun with it. Just have some fun with it. Just experiment with your body. Always be safe. Create some wonderful, good memories, because even with the memories that come out of this are going to be wonderful as well. So enjoy that part of yourself. Go and have some fun with Naz, but understand that it's always going to be a little bit on the immature side as such. So there's always going to be that kind of struggle when it comes to finances, and there's always going to be that struggle when it comes to playfulness and opinions and all that sort of stuff, because this is kind of like you've got knights coming out here, and knights are a representation of a knowing about a skill but then not having the skills to make it work effectively as such. It's kind of like you own a computer but you don't use it to its full potential, okay? Or you buy a recipe book for one recipe when there's 19 others that you could try. So yeah, it's coming down to a little bit of immaturity when it comes to this side, okay? So when you find out, just have some fun with Naz, okay? This is not something that you should take serious. This is something that, if you enjoy this game, then keep playing the game. And there can be commitment to it and all that sort of stuff. You can be dedicated, but you still play it because you enjoy it. That's the whole point of it. Okay, and when that comes to that future, there's just too much cloud around it at the moment. It's just basically what the realms are trying to tell you is that it's just time to have some fun. Don't be so serious. They're like, no one has to commit, no one has to declare anything. Nobody has to say or give themselves a title that they are a girlfriend or a partner or anything like that. Just have some fun with it. Just have some fun. That's all you can do. So please, just have some fun when it comes to Naz and enjoy it, because if it evolves into something else, then wonderful. But if it doesn't, then you can just enjoy the whole presence of Naz and enjoy creating all of these wonderful memories, okay? So enjoy it, have some fun. There's too much cloud around the situation at the moment to say yes, no, or indifferent, but there's no need to place an identity on this or a sense of ownership, because you know what? Sometimes as soon as we create that ownership or that sense of identity, that's when it ruins it. So just have some fun for now, darling. Okay? Sorry, JC. Just heading off, okay? Karen, pop back in next week. We will do some more then. Okay, please like, subscribe to the page, guys. And the more you guys like and subscribe and share it, etc., the more often we'll do this. So at the moment, I'm only doing readings on Thursdays. I am a bit sporadic about my timing, because if I feel the urge to suddenly get in and do it, I do it. This comes with intuition, okay? So please like and subscribe to the page. If you hit the little bell on YouTube, you will get a notification, and that way you'll know when I'm live next and we can do a reading for you. All right, my darlings, I am trundling off. Go and have an amazing day, okay? Bye-bye.